In the quiet village of Dungulmi, hidden between dusty hills and rows of mango trees, people lived by old rules passed down in hushed voices by firelight. Life moved slowly. Children chased goats through narrow paths, women pounded yam beneath shady trees, and elders watched the wind for signs. But no rule was taken more seriously than this. Never leave your underwear outside after dark. But 17-year-old Zulle was not one to fear stories. She was curious, sharp-tongued, and full of laughter. People loved her energy, though some elders called her stubborn. One evening, she returned home from the river, later than usual. Her arms were full of freshly washed clothes, her hair damp from river spray. The sun had already sunk between the hills, and the sky turned a soft purple. As she made her way to the drying line near the pawpaw tree, her mother, Mama Hawa, called out from the kitchen doorway, "Zulle, don't hang your underwear outside. The spirit walk under moonlight." Zulle giggled. "Spirits? What would they do? Wear my underwear and go dancing in the bush." Mama Hawa didn't laugh. She stepped forward, her hands wet with soap water, her eyes serious. Some things are not for jokes. Clothes remember warmth, especially those close to your skin. And some things in the dark feed on warmth. Zulle waved her off. "Mama, I beg, nothing will happen." She pecked the underwear on the line, still humming a tune, and went inside to eat her dinner. But that night, the wind changed. It blew sharp and fast through the trees, rattling doors and whispering strange sounds. Zulai couldn't sleep. Her room felt colder than usual, the shadows longer, as if something was waiting. The sour smell filled the air like burnt leaf mixed with wet ash. Then she heard it, soft, crooked, almost like a bird. "Zulai!" Her eyes snapped open. She turned towards the window. There, on the line, her underwear swayed. Not with the wind, but as if invisible fingers were holding it, lifting it, twisting it. The clothes stretched unnaturally and then slowly floated off the line, rising higher. Zulle screamed. Mama Hawa burst into the room with a lantern. Zulle pointed with trembling eyes wide open. "Mama, it was floating. Something was calling me." Mama Hawa grasped. Her hand gripped the lantern tightly. "Oh no, you have called Kwaron Tsakar Dare, the midnight lifter, the spirit that haunted that night. They feed on bodies' warmth left in clothes, especially underwear." By morning, the story had spread like Hamatan fire. Children whispered behind hens, and elders gathered at the village square. The oldest among them, Baba Raga, stroked his grey beard. Listening carefully to Zulle's words, he nodded, the weight of memory in his eyes. "It has happened before," he said, "when I was a boy. The Kwaron Tsakar Dare don't come often, but once they do, they remember the house. They remember the scent. They don't stop until they have taken what they came for." He warned the villagers that the midnight lifters were spirit of cold shadows, feeding on human energy, and underwear, thin, warm, personal, was their favorite meal. Hanging them outside after dark was like leaving meat for a beast. To protect Zulle, a cleansing was arranged. That evening, she was taken deep into the forest to the shrine of Ruhi, the village priestess. The air was heavy with incense. Zulle sat quietly as herbs were pressed into her skin and sacred words whispered over her head. She drank a bitter potion, one that made her sleep like a stone. For 3 nights, she laid wrapped in silence. No clothes were left outside. Every compound lit fires to keep the spirits away. The village held its breath. When the third night passed, the wind grew quiet. The air felt clean again, and the Kwaron Tsakar Dare left. Zulle woke, safe, but changed. She no longer joked about spirits. And the river, she warned younger girls, even if your clothes are dripping, don't hang them after sunset. Wait till morning. As the years passed, Zulle became known for her wisdom. People came to hear her story. They brought eggs, kola nuts, and listened wide-eyed as she told them of the night her underwear were taken from the line by something unseen. Not to scare them, but to teach them. One evening, many years later, her little daughter, Jamila, picked up her wrapper to hang outside. The sun was sinking fast. Zulle gently stopped her with her hand. "No, my child, not that night." Jamila frowned. "Why not, Mama?" Zulle looked out at the rising moon, a shadow flickering near the pawpaw tree, because some things still walk in the dark, and not everything that moves is meant to be seen. Moral of the story: respect old wisdom. Sometimes, rules that seem small protect us from dangers we cannot see.